Hi guys, thanks for joining me. I'm in my Alfa Romeo Gulia Veloce 2-litre 4-door saloon. I'm literally on my way to drop it off now because I'm about to move into my new vehicle. So I like to look at videos when I'm considering buying a vehicle. I've been doing that before choosing my new vehicle. So I'm going to quickly do this very roughly and not very well edited. But I'm going to run through you the 5 things that I hate about this Alfa Romeo Giulia. One of the main things I don't like about this vehicle, which is really unique and weird, is that it has a different kind of suspension setup, which I guess aids sports modes. But what it means is that every single time you have to have your tyres replaced, you have to have your geometry reset. The first time I had this done, I ignored the guy because I thought that's ridiculous. Why would you need a full geometry check every time that you have your tyres done? And then I burnt through a brand new set of tyres in about 3,000 miles. About 1,000 quid's worth of tyres done in 3,000 miles. So believe me, if you're getting told this, you do need to have it done. And that raises another problem. At slowed speeds, you probably won't hear this, but when you try and turn or full lock at slow speeds, you get this horrible judder. And it's not to do with the tyres, it's to do with the way the suspension's set up. It's not something you notice further on, but it is something that is quite annoying. It takes some getting used to. So that's one of the things that I don't like about this vehicle. And it doesn't matter which tyre options you get, it's the same in every option. So it's just a quirk of the vehicle, but it's something that it's quite annoying. Okay, so another annoying thing about this car is that it has no oil dipstick. So if you can see here, my oil light is on, and it's not because it's low, it's because when you try to top it up, it's almost impossible to get it right because there's no oil dipstick. You have to rely on the car status here and oil level, which as you can see is now overfilled. Now these Alfas do use some oil, so in my ownership I've had to put 2-3 litres in between services at times. So it is important that you maintain the oil level, and it's impossible to get it right because as you see here, in order to get the oil level correct, you have to idle the car on a flat surface for 5 minutes. So if you imagine you have to top up a few bits and then wait 5 minutes, idle, check it again, it's impossible to get it at a decent level. So this is a bad design really for any Alfa owner, because the car does use oil. It'd be fine if it didn't move at all, but as it does use oil, you're going to need to top it up regularly, and this is just not sufficient. So that's one of the things I don't like about the car. Something that I don't like, which is these only option is 18-inch wheels. For cars of this size, normally there's more options available. These are classic sort of Alfa style, so I don't mind them in themselves, but the only size available at the time was 18-inch, which I think this car deserves better. This has been fixed in later models where you can now get 19s, but in this year when I bought it, it was only 18s available. Now the second to last thing, which I don't like about this, and it's quite annoying, is that you cannot turn the stability control off on this car, and as a result it absolutely will not slide. And I'm talking full arm lock, full power in, it cannot slide. I'm trying to find a roundabout around here. I'm just stuck on a flat piece of road with no turnings to give you a demonstration, but literally the car will only let you go probably about 5 mil, even on the wettest of days in the highest of sport modes. With a full arm snap, you just won't give you any slide. Now I know it's a family saloon, but it is, like I say, it is the sports model, and of course we don't want to be spinning off and crashing, but of a vehicle of this size, it'd be nice to have it give you a little bit of enjoyment, just a little bit of slide, or just a little bit further than it does. And I think for a vehicle of this side, other than the major problem which I'm going to come to next, it is a bit disappointing really. I think it should let you do a bit more than it does. Now that brings me to the number one and worst thing about this car, and that is the exhaust. Okay, now I know this is not a boy racer car, it's a family saloon. If you buy an AMG, if you buy an S series, or you buy a BMW or something, you get a throaty exhaust tone. This car is nothing. It's the worst thing about this car, because people look at it, they see you go past, they give you a rev, and they expect to hear something come from the car, and it just does nothing. There's a cold start video I've done another cold start video now. It's got 35,000 miles on the clock. It sounds okay when you start it cold, but other than that, nothing. And it's really a problem. They need to fix it, and I was hoping on the new model year they would have done, but they haven't. It's exactly the same. You do get some engine noise in the car, which is okay, it's quite alright. You get some induction noise, which is welcome. So inside the cockpit, things are okay. You can even get a bit of turbo whistle at times, because the turbo pulls quite hard. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but on an everyday driving basis, you get engine noise inside. Like I said, it's okay, but externally, the exhaust is nothing. It gives you nothing back for your work, and it's one of the most disappointing features about this car. If Alfa themselves are watching this, it's something you need to fix. People want this in a car of this spec, so that's the number one thing I don't like about the car.